Hi everyone, it's Jacinta from Posture Tonic. Welcome to a gentle and low impact full body Pilates class aimed at beginners. Today you'll need just 1 kilogram dumbbells for a few exercises. We're going to really focus on our arms with those dumbbells and work through our posture. So when you're ready, you're going to meet me in a 4-point kneel, down onto your hands and knees with those hands right underneath the shoulders. Moving those knees right underneath your hips. Starting with a cat-cow, we'll breathe out and round your upper spine, taking your gaze at your navel. And then inhale, dropping your chest and take your eyes forward. And again, breath out, rounding through the entire spine, really focusing on tucking the hips under and pushing the mat away. And then dropping that chest down, unraveling that tailbone, taking that gaze forward. One more here, make it big, really round, push. And then arch that spine, open your heart and lift your chin. Press back into a child's pose. Just take your knees a little wider and reach your arms forward. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, round that spine and shift your weight forward as you then lower the hips down into our upward dog. Feeling a little stretch and openness deeper into your upper back. And then press back into that same child's pose. So again, knees wide, reach your arms long. Use your exhale breath to curl the spine, drawing the abs in. And then enjoy stretching out through those abs, opening up through that heart. Taking this time a little look over your right and left shoulder, and then press back into child's pose. We take one more here. Rippling through the spine, gently lowering the hips, pushing the mat away. This time you can tuck your toes under and lift your hips up if that feels okay. And then lower those knees, return back to our 4-point kneel. So just shuffle to return hands underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips. Bird dogs will slide your right hand and left leg along your mat. I want you to lift them up in line with your shoulder and your hips. Now from here, bringing your knee in towards your hand and really push into your hand with your knee. Stretch that arm and leg long and then lower back down to start again. Other side, lengthening now the left hand, right leg. Lift it up in line with the spine. Bring it in through the center, push the knee into the hand, push the hand into the knee, and then reach and lengthen. Return back to center. So I want you to keep going here, keeping the hips still, and maintain your gaze down between the hands. Feeling the abs fire as you press into your knee. You're slowly transitioning to the next side. Really breathe out as you find that resistance through the core. Breathe in as you lengthen the arm and leg. We've got one more on each side here. Press. Push as hard as you can. Stretch as long as you can. Back down. Last one on this side. Stretch. And then return back to 4-point kneel. Just walk your hands forward, one pace. Coming into our tricep presses, we're lowering our triceps or elbows down to the mat to then lift up and stretch the arms. So we bend at the elbows, bring your weight forward. So you want your nose to come forward to the tops of your fingertips to increase the load through the back of the arms. We're lowering down as far as you can and then stretching back up. Use your exhale to extend the arms and your inhale to control the elbows down. We want to have our elbows wrapping in, so it's like a number 11 as we come down with those elbows and then press back up. Good, keep going here. We should be feeling the back of those arms waking up. We'll go for 5 more. and press. And press. 3 to go. We'll hold the next one down, and then with a big strong press, you're lifting your body weight up, rotating the arms up to a high kneeling. From here, we're going to keep those arms straight as we find our thigh stretch. So tuck your tailbone under, and then like a plank of wood, we're leaning ourselves back, and then use your exhale to return the head back over the knees. So we'll add on shortly, just finding that long spine, ribs to hips. So do not arch through the back, we want to lock it in through the core. If this is feeling okay, we're going to slide back, hold, open one arm, back to center, other arm, back to the middle, and then lift. So if you can, we're holding, you're squeezing your glutes, your gaze is going to follow that arm as we open it. So adding in a little twist. Lean back as far as you can. You will feel the quads really waking up here now. Good, we've got 2 more to go. Last one, challenge yourself. See how much you can lean back with the longest spine, so keep reaching tall out through the crown of your head. Last one, and release. Good, feeling warm through the front of the legs. Now this is where we'll need those 1 kilogram dumbbells. We'll get into some arm work, good for our posture. So we're gonna come into our offering first. Palms are facing up, dumbbells are in your hand. You're finding that long line with your head stacked over your hips. Roll the shoulders just slightly back so you're feeling more open through the collarbones. From there, reaching the arms forward and then back in. So you can use an exhale to lengthen the arms. Inhale to return the elbows back to your side. So as you do this, we are thinking of working through our back here as well. So we just return the elbows back to the side of your body, and then we're pushing from here to reach the arms forward. Bring it back in. So we've got 3 arm variations using these dumbbells. We're over halfway on this one. Keep smiling through those collarbones and allowing for your shoulders to fall down. We're not anchoring them down, they're not hitching up, they're just relaxed. Melting down that tension through the neck. Nice, we'll go for another 3 presses. And let's hold the next one. Palms face in, soft bend of your elbows as we then open the arms out. We then bring the hands back in. Take it open and close. As we open the arms, keep the hands in front of your shoulders. So we're keeping that tension on the pecs the entire time. So just open to the peripheral vision and then close. Nice. If you wanted to progress, we're then going to drop your hips down and then lift up and squeeze the hands together. Open, lower the hips, lift the hips and close. So see if you can hold those arms out to the side. This is your challenge. As we drop the hips down with control, then come back up and close. Really nice. Nearly there on this one. So if you're adding in that low kneel to high kneel, working those quads and glutes. We want to squeeze our glutes to drive the hips forward. Nice work. You've got 3 more here. Last one. And lift up. Pull those elbows tight to the side of your body. Hinge your body forward so your hips are just hovered over your heels, ready for our tricep kickbacks. So again, we want to keep those elbows closed into the side of your body. We're just stretching the arms back, reaching through your pinky away from your head. Finding that length and a squeeze, and then bend your elbows. So we actually keep the upper arm really still. Just that forearm is lengthening out and folding back in. Now, whilst you're here in this little hover, you will feel those legs, but you want to feel your abs drawing in just a little to support you. And stretch. Doing so well. Good. 3 more. 2 and 1. Well done. Let's put one dumbbell just to the top of your mat. We don't need it. We're going to come back into that 4-point kneel here now. That dumbbell, we'll need it soon. It's just within reach. Both hands are flat. Let's point our right toe. Draw our abs in. Neutral spine. Take a breath out as we lift the knee. We're going to hold the leg here as we stretch it out long, and then curl your heel in towards your bottom, and then lower your knee back down. We then go again, lift, extend, pull it back in towards your bottom to then lower. The whole time we keep the knee up as high as possible without arching your back. We're finding some hamstring as we curl that heel in towards your bottom to then lower. So keep going there with the leg. Focusing on that upper body posture now. We are thinking of being active by pushing the mat away, squeezing and finding our lats underneath our armpit. Trying to keep the shoulders square. Doing well. Bit to think about, but we are really toning in through our glute here and working that upper body posture as well. So that's it from a different angle. Good, let's go for 5 more. 4 to go. Last 2. Stretch, pull, lower. Last 1. This time, keep your leg long. Hold it there. Now grab the dumbbell in your left hand. Just a row with that left elbow pulling back towards your hip. So you're keeping that right leg long. We're rowing and lengthening that arm. Doing well. So just keep that right leg really active. We're nearly there. Abs are pulled in tight. Breathing out through the pursed lips as you row. Last 5. Really squeeze the glutes. Point out through the toes for 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Pop that dumbbell on the other side of your mat. Stretch back into a child's pose for a little reset. So take a deep, nourishing breath in. Taking that breath into the back of your ribs, into your lower back, and then flush it out with a breath out through the mouth. Taking a couple of breaths here in your own time. One more breath in here. And on your exhale, shift your weight forward, back into that 4-point kneel, and we're going for the second side. So ready to work through the left side. Go ahead, point your left toe. Use an exhale breath, float the knee up. Square everything. Find that posture through the upper body as we stretch the leg long. Pull the heel in towards your bottom, and then lower your knee back down. So as you keep moving through this, we want to keep our weight quite centered, as it's very easy to really lean into that supportive right side. So just kind of pull that hip back underneath that knee that's on the floor the whole time. Here we stretch, ribs to hips stay there to keep neutral spine. Good, 3 more to go. Last one. Let's hold the knee up, stretch the leg. Hold onto that dumbbell with the right hand, level everything. Once you have center, we pull the elbow back and lower. Swing it back and lower. So aiming for the dumbbell to come to your hip and stretch. Keep that active stretch through the leg, the squeeze of the left glute, and the strong push down through that supportive arm. Doing really well. We've got 3, 2, 1, and release. Pop that dumbbell just in front of your mat. We're going to come forward into a pigeon stretch. So step your left leg through. Let's just find a little release for those hips. So your right leg can be straight. And we're just going to melt into this stretch. So if you feel comfortable to come onto your elbows, you can do so. If you feel you need the stretch up here, by all means, stay there. Just going to send that breath into the outside of your hip, into the glutes. Staying for another breath in. And on your exhale, tuck your back toe, meet me in a pike. Lifting those hips up, stretching both legs long into our down dog to then pedal out through the feet, dropping one heel down, then the other. One more on each side. Then press both heels down as far as you can. Lift both heels up, send your weight forward as you swing your right leg through for our pigeon stretch on the right side. So now feeling that stretch through the outer right hip. You can stay on your fingertips or melt down into the stretch, whatever you need today. Good, enjoying this stretch. A couple more deep breaths. We'll then move into a modified side plank to work through our abs a little bit here now. So stay for one more breath in, and then transition on your exhale to swing that leg back through. You're going to come onto your left side, stacking your knees first of all. We want to set our left elbow right underneath our shoulder, and then we've got a long line from our knees to our shoulder. Then you're going to simply extend your right leg out long, grab onto that dumbbell with the top arm here. Now, keep your leg on the floor the whole time, stretch the arm up towards the sky, and lift up out of your shoulder. So we're here. Now use your exhale breath to lift your hips up and forward into our side plank. We want to squeeze the glute, and then you're just simply going to lower those hips back down. So continue to stretch your arm up towards the sky. That's going to help you to really lift up, set that gorgeous posture, and then lower yourself back down. Use an exhale to lift, press into the forearm, and lower. If you wanted to progress, you can still lift your hips, but we're holding the leg up the whole time. So maybe that right top leg is staying lifted. We just want to make sure that our hips come up and forward. So we're in a long line with your head, your hips, and your foot. Good. We're going for 8 more here. Feeling that work through the shoulder, the obliques, and the outer lateral thigh. Good. Remember your options. If you want your foot down to make it easier, you're here. We'll hold it up in 2 more. On your next one, hold it here, waving the arm down and up for 5, and up for 4, 3, maybe your leg stays hovered, last 2, and 1. Lower everything down. Well done. Roll onto your glutes here now, and then just take a nice big shoulder roll. Reset that upper body. All right, you need that single dumbbell. It'll be in at your chest, you're seated on your glutes, your feet are hip distance apart. Now we're gonna roll back to spine C-curve. So we roll back about halfway, where we feel our tummy feeling tighter, and then we take a Russian twist from left to right, holding through the center to then lift the dumbbell up. So staying in your C-curve, 1 Russian twist, send the arms up, back to the chest. Keep going here. Of course, if you need a breather, just roll back up and then roll down and join us. Twist, twist, press. If this is feeling pretty cruisy, you would like a little more, you can add a leg to tabletop. I'll show you on the next one. We'll twist over, lift one leg, lift the other, keep the feet down as you lengthen the arms. So maybe you're just adding in a little crunch and a reach. Crunch, crunch, and reach. Feel free to keep your feet down the whole time if you need. Good job. You've got 10 more seconds to go. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it forward. Pop your dumbbell down to the end of your mat. Hold on to the back of your thighs. Taking a little cat-cow as we roll back. Use an exhale to lift back up. So round. Inhale, breath. Exhale, sit tall, arch your spine. Just mobilizing through that spine to release any tension after that Russian twist. Nice, let's go for 2 more. And last one. Roll all the way up. Swing those legs around to the other side. Ready for that side plank on the second side. So we want our knees stacked for now. We want to align our elbow underneath our shoulder. Dumbbell is in that top left arm. Stretch that top leg. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, lift your hips, press them forward, squeeze the glutes, reach up tall. And gently lower the hips back down. Breath out, hold, and lower back down. Good, so if you wanted to progress, you're going to keep your top leg up as we then lower the hips and then press them up. Staying really active through your upper body. Good. Know your options. Foot can stay down if we need to. We want our arms still stretching up high, the arm bones plugging into the socket, and your ribs are flushed towards your hips. So as you lift, be mindful not to pop the ribs. We want them drawing back to hug your spine. 3 more to go. Going to hold the next one up. Hold it there, taking that arm to your hip, back up to the sky, down and up. Remember, if you wanted to make it harder, you can float that top leg. Nearly there. 3 more waves. 2, 1 more, and rest. All right, we are done with those dumbbells. They can go out of the way. Got 1 more prone posture work or exercise to do, and then we'll stand to finish it all off. So you're gonna come down onto your belly. You'll have your arms out into cactus arms. So 90 degrees, your chest and your head is resting onto your mat. Have your feet apart, your toes pointed, and your hips melting heavy into the mat. You do want your abs lifting a little bit from the mat though. Now use an inhale breath, float the arms and your breastbone off the mat. To then exhale and melt back down, resting the head and chest. Lift. You want to squeeze the glutes a little bit and lower. The arms and the upper body come up in 1 and then return back down in 1. All right, so super important in this one, just keep your eyes looking straight down. So there, our back of our neck will stay long. On the next one, let's hold it up. Let's send the legs lifted, thighs will lift off the floor, and then we lower everything down. So lift the upper body and arms. Stay there as we hover the legs off the floor here now, to then lower everything in 1. Just the upper body, then the lower body, and then lower everything back down. We'll go 5 more. Taking your time. 3 to go. We don't want to rush it. Feel the squeeze through your back, the glute strength to lift your thighs. Let's hold 1 more up together, lifting the thighs, the arms, and the upper body. Hold it there. Stretch the arms overhead, pull the elbows back. Keep going, reach, pull the elbows back. For 6, pull back. For 5, squeeze under the armpits. For 4, pull. Last 3, keep being really active through the lower body. Last 2, 1. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up into a downward facing dog. And then walk your feet slowly in towards your hands. Dangling yourself at the bottom of that heavy head and swing your arms from side to side. You can hold onto your elbows. You can take little figure of 8s. You're just feeling a release through the lower back. Nod your head yes. Shake the head no. And then bend your knees. Extend your arms. Slowly roll your spine up so we can stand for our standing work to finish. Beautiful. So we've got 2 more exercises and then we stretch. You're standing here now. Your hands are coming onto your hips. Your feet are a little bit wider than your hips. We'll move into 1 squat. As you stand, transfer your weight onto 1 leg. Pull 1 leg into tabletop. Step it back. Both legs are equal as we find a squat. Transfer onto 1 leg, tabletop. Take it down. Lift. Find a balance. So we are going to keep a slow pace, but we will go a little bit quicker than when I just demonstrated then, just to challenge our balance a little bit more at the top. So if you think of more of a little squeeze, a little bit more of a shoot up to the sky, we'll get that nice dynamic lift to challenge the drive of the hips, our balance. Perfect. Great work. Let's go for a couple more. Beautiful. Let's go for one more on each side. Lift. Lift, hold your squat down, and we pulse it out for 10. 9, so stay as low as you can, lifting and lowering, pushing into your heels for 4, 3, 2, rise all the way up to stand. Bring your feet right underneath your hips here, finishing with our calf rises. So let's bring our arms for a little bit more of a balanced challenge. They're out in front of you. From here, we're just lifting our heels straight up, lowering down the heels slowly. Squeeze it up, and it's a little slower on the way down. So if you can, your arms are reaching out in front of you. Just keep your eyes looking onto something to help you with your balance. Focus on a squeeze through the back of your legs. So we want to really squeeze through the calves. We want to slowly lower the heels down. They come straight up and straight down. If you have that, let's add our arms up to the sky and then out into shoulder. Overhead and back to shoulder. Ten more. We want to really feel it here. Oop, take your time. As you lift the arms, keep your ribs locked down. Five more to go. See how high you can get up on those toes here? How slow can we control the heels down? Let's take 2 more. We will hold our last one up. So go ahead, lift your heels, rise the arms up overhead if you can. Keep squeezing through the back of your calves, holding here. Let's close down our eyes or even just halfway down. Find a little challenge in your body and your mind. Wobbles are expected. We've got 4, 3, 2, heels down in 1, well done. Let's take those arms, cross them over, your feet are wide. Take a big breath in, reach. Exhale, breath at the bottom, stretch up. Really flushing out that whole body here now. We're gonna come and find some nice stretches to give back to your body after all of that gentle Pilates burn. So stay with me as we cool down. We start to wind our breath down and then hold it down at the bottom, popping one shoulder in through the middle. So you're pushing your knees open, feeling a stretch through the inner thigh, and change. Swap sides, twisting that upper body and change. Back through the center, hands to the floor, press your hips up high, stretch your legs long. Taking your weight over to one leg. You can pull off that leg here to feel a stretch through the hamstring. Sending your breath into the back of your leg on the exhale. Over to the other side. Swing it over, pulling your chest in towards your thigh. Staying at the bottom, come back through to center. Let's interlace your hands, pulling the shoulders over your head. Allow for your head just to dangle heavy. Feeling that stretch through the front of your shoulders. Release the arms to come to the floor. Let's pivot those heels and toes underneath you and slowly roll your spine up. Beautiful. Let's take a shoulder stretch here, bringing one arm across, pull it in. We did a lot of posture work today. Well done. Let's stretch it out. Other side. Good, and a tricep stretch. Sending the hand down your back, pushing your elbow down to feel the stretch through that tricep. Step the feet a little wider, keep holding that tricep stretch, take a little side lean over. Release the arms, other side, tricep, push it down. Step the feet wide and take that side lean if that feels good. And release the arms by your side. Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this slower paced, gentle Pilates full body workout for beginners. If you did, please leave your comments down below so I can chat to you there. Also, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. This all helps to support me so I can keep on providing these workouts to you. I would like to shout out to my members as well. Thank you for your continued support. If you would like to further support me, you can join my channel for as low as $5 per month, and this will give you a nice little shout out and to support you on your fitness journey so I can keep a closer eye on you in the comments. So like, subscribe, and I will see you back here for our next workout together really soon. I'm Jacinta from Posture Tonic.